The midfielder seems liberated while he steps directly to the sphere for his United States of America. How he handles expectation can be critical to his group's probabilities at this World Cup. In America, the French actor Isabelle Huppert as soon as said, "Europe disappears, they have the whole thing. They don't want anything." Deep right all the way down to them we're a form of fashionable third world. The records of American game reads as one generation of this blazing autonomy, from the improvement of baseball as a byproduct of local English video games like stoolball and tut-ball to the evolution of rugby union into American soccer and the advent of basketball from the manipulation of a football ball indoors. americaA has specialized in fashioning its very own sort of wearing modernity out of Europe's uncooked cultural materials, frequently consigning those older sports activities to the scrap heap of country-wide memory. But globalization, the amazing achievement tale of American free marketplace economics, and the unstoppable upward push of soccer have, in latest decades, compelled americaA to confront a discomforting reality, with inside the international's maximum famous game, the worldwide hegemon stays a middleweight at excellent. The United States of America that has the whole thing now reveals that it doesn't, emerging, almost, each 4 years from a middling confederation into the glare of the World Cup, the highlight deflected for as soon as in the direction of different countries, the America that wishes for nothing, so confident, so culturally self-reliant, now reveals itself in want. It desires to show that it has footballing muscle identical to its muscle in each different domain. It desires to expose that it belongs. And it desires, possibly extra than anything, to persuade the arena that it is able to produce a participant with inside the men's recreation identical to Haaland, Neymar, Sulla, or Mbappe. For the beyond 5 years, American hopes of manufacturing an international elegance participant have in large part centered on one guy, Christian Pulisic. To be sure, many first-class footballers have emerged from those beaches in latest times. Clint Dempsey is a people's hero at Fulham. Landon Donovan, 11 though he struggled to construct a membership profession in Europe, become in no way higher than while performing in country-wide colors. And the shares of the United States of America's shot stoppers, together with such furniture of latest English Premier League records as Brad Friedel and Tim Howard. A participant who become as soon as resolute in purpose as he now's impenetrably timber as a pundit on NBC, have traditionally been in particular rich, but outdoor the women's recreation, wherein America is now an unfailing conveyor belt of pinnacle elegance expertise. americaA has but to provide a participant with that insistent specialness, that fizzing combination of skill, strength, personality, and could to win, able to transcending country-wide boundaries. Even gamers of a quality one rung underneath the very pinnacle retain to elude americaA. That is a proper interest whilst you don't forget the United States of America's length and economic approach and the home recognition of soccer as a participation game. Australia, a temperamentally comparable United States of America with a much smaller populace and now no longer one, however 3 rival soccer codes to siphon expertise far from football, has arguably produced 3 pinnacle elegance gamers all through the Premier League era, Tim Cahill, Mark Viduka, and Harry Kewell. America is but to provide one. In this context, the expectancies which have been located on Pulisic are immense. A feel of all-American future has beckoned him apparently from birth. Born with inside the metropolis of Hershey, Pennsylvania, domestic of the famed Hershey Company, the largest chocolate producer in a rustic that runs on sugar, Pulisic grew up in a soccer-mad family. His mother and father each performed university football, and his father later have become an expert indoor participant, and made speedy early development through the country-wide ranks. One overall performance towards Brazil in 2013 for americaA under-17 group indicates simply how accurate he become as a teenager, pulling the strings from out wide, arrowing into area, timing his runs, burying his probabilities. All the velocity, braveness and manipulate of his mature recreation have been already there on the age of 15, without any of the self-doubt that has encroached in extra latest years. The tale from there's nicely known, the flow to Borussia Dortmund, the primary group debut at 17. The string of staggering performances and the switch rumors, the photograph of him slumped at the turf, head in hands, after the loss towards Trinidad-Tobago that denied the USM an area on the 2018 World Cup. The passion, the skill, and the dedication have been all there, and shortly afterwards the cash at the desk matched the dimensions of Pulisic's ambition, now nicknamed Captain America, a moniker he reportedly detests, for his inspirational performances with the country-wide group. At Chelsea, however, the narrative of Pulisic's profession has all started to take an extra complex flip. Injuries and managerial adjustments have starved Pulisic of beginning possibilities, and while he has been given a risk to strut his stuff, he's frequently seemed hesitant and uncertain of himself, traits deadly to the sport of a participant who is predicated for a lot of his performance on directness and braveness. Pulisic is now in his fourth season in England and has in no way succeeded in nailing down an everlasting area in Chelsea's beginning 11. Given the quantity of managers who've declined to area their unconditional religion in him, it appears honest to surprise whether or not he'll ever make it to the very pinnacle of the game as he has regarded destined to for therefore long. Among Chelsea enthusiasts, his call is now a byword for ignored probabilities and wasted capacity, a bleak departure from the arc of his early profession, on the one's uncommon and more remote activities, while he has positioned all of it together, which include all through Project Restart. The height of his Chelsea profession to date, the effects had been exhilarating. The hat-trick towards Burnley in overdue 2019, the primary purpose scored together along with his left foot, the second one together along with his right, the 0.33 together along with his head, confirmed the very excellent of Pulisic, the informal two-footedness, the feathery first touch, the willingness to take his guy on, that surgical flip of pace. In open area he's a dolphin breaking through the waves. Cornered he's a spider scampering free. Above all, he's one in every of the game's amazing lateral movers, trampolining throughout the pitch with the delicate hyperactivity of an orchestra timpanist commanding the kettles. The sheer versatility of Pulisic at his height is something that handiest half-cooked metaphors can capture. The splendor of Pulisic's play at the pitch is all of the extra high quality, whilst you don't forget his blandness of it. Guarded, risk-averse, possibly even barely square, Pulisic has not one of the braggadocio of Cristiano Ronaldo, not one of the laddish immensity of Erling Haaland or slick eloquence of Kylian Mbappe. In speech and way he appears much less like a footballer than a wealth control expert from a mid-sized local town with a few funding possibilities in municipal bonds and tech shares he'd want to discuss. But despite all of this, the load of country-wide expectation, his stop-begin development with inside the Premier League and Lampardesque loss of charisma, Pulisic is liberated while he steps onto the sphere for the USM. All the doubts that devour his recreation at membership degree soften away and he's reborn as America's star, the participant through which all accurate matters flow. Greg Berhalter's system, constructed on an inexhaustible press, short transitions, assault in any respect costs, and velocity out wide, is designed to get the very excellent out of his number 10, and there's cause for American enthusiasts to sense actual pleasure at the chance of seeing Pulisic, at his first World Cup, led out in a group wherein he's the unquestioned talisman. Given the relentlessness of European membership soccer today, its booming recognition, the cash it attracts, the sheer scale of its gambling calendar, there's no doubt that during our era, sincerely amazing gamers want first to be amazing for his or her clubs. Though soccer isn't any stranger to overdue bloomers, examine the careers of Jamie Vardy, Olivier Giroud, or Didier Drogba, and gambling careers are truthfully developing longer. Pulisic has been hyped for the reason that adolescence, which contains its very own sort of mental burden, and at 24, time can be going for walks out for him to provide complete expression to his expertise at membership degree. But for the following couple of weeks, the query of whether or not Pulisic can vindicate his United States of America's footballing capacity and turn out to be sincerely international elegance does now no longer actually matter. The boy from the chocolate metropolis desires handiest to be very accurate, and America will consider Qatar sweetly. And this was the video of how Christian Pulisic deals with expectations. If you've come this far, press the like button and subscribe to the channel for you to have wisdom and wealth.